What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Juice WRLD album The Abyss, but before we hop on into that, I just want to say thank you guys for over 1.1 thousand subscribers on my second channel. That channel is doing really good lately, and I just thank you guys for the support. Make sure to check it out if you are new here. Link to it's in the description down below, and also make sure to check out my channel memberships. There's some cool perks on there, so if anything interests you, just make sure to check that out. But with all this being said, let's hop on into this video. Alright, so I kind of want to clear some stuff up with this whole Lost in the Abyss album. If you guys don't know, Kid Light and I made a video on this probably 3 or 4 months ago at this point, but it was just talking about the lost Juice WRLD album, Lost in the Abyss, or just In the Abyss. And a lot of people DM me on whether it's Instagram or Twitter all the time, constantly asking me if I think one of the next albums or an album that's releasing in the future is going to be Lost in the Abyss or In the Abyss and all this stuff. But I feel like I either just didn't make this clear in that original video, or just a lot of people kind of look past this part. But Lost in the Abyss is not a current project that is being worked on, at least not that anyone knows of. This album was just supposed to be the second album in Juice WRLD's trilogy that he was going to release right after Goodbye and Good Riddance, when he was still with Starfire, but then he ended up ending stuff with Starfire, getting with Ally, and he wanted to make a love album full of songs for Ally, or based on how he was feeling at that time being with Ally, which is where Death Race to Love came. So yeah, probably when Juice had this original trilogy of albums planned out when he made Goodbye and Good Riddance, it was probably Goodbye and Good Riddance and then Lost in the Abyss, maybe The Outsiders. It could have been something else, we don't know. But once everything changed, Juice ended up changing it. So we know that the trilogy, though, when Juice was still alive, was going to be Goodbye and Good Riddance, Death Race for Love, and then The Outsiders. But obviously this didn't end up happening, but that doesn't mean that Lost in the Abyss is an album that Juice was still working on and gonna release. There's a track list out there that could be fake, could be not. I broke into it in the original video on this topic, but it's just a list of songs that were probably or could have been on Lost in the Abyss just based on the time they were created and snippets that Juice showed us. There are specific songs that we know were on that album, but I think one of the main things that hurt that album from ever releasing was when Travis Scott used the chorus from The Abyss on his song No Bystanders for Astroworld. Apparently Travis Scott heard Juice record that, whether it was at a studio or a producer showed it to him, and he ended up using it in Juice's label, and everyone was fine with him using that. So that song will never officially release with the OG. I mean, unless they do something like what they did with Life's a Mess 2, which I highly doubt's going to happen because there's just no point. Lost in the Abyss is not a new album that they're working on, or at least that Juice was working on. It was just an old scrapped album. It got replaced with Death Race for Love. So when everyone DMs me, or just anyone that's asking if this album is coming out soon, the only way that it could ever come out soon is if it's a posthumous release, and it's just something that the label wanted to name because it kind of just related to Juice WRLD, but it wouldn't be the Abyss album that Juice was working on. That was an album full of songs that could have either been about Starfire, and it was just a project that was supposed to go into this trilogy of albums that Juice was going to release, but we already got a replacement for that. It's not like they just completely scrapped that album, it just got replaced with Death Race for Love. I wanted to hop on in here and just kind of say that because a lot of people ask me this on the daily, and I end up saying the same thing, that this album isn't a confirmed album, and it's nothing that we have even any information that anyone's working on. And another thing is, people always ask me about The Party Never Ends, but that's just a theory album. We really don't know anything about this stuff. We know that The Abyss was an OG Juice WRLD album that was supposed to be Death Race 11, and it got replaced. And then we know that Outsiders was going to be the third album that Juice released, which was going to finish out the trilogy that Juice was working on when he was releasing albums. But we don't know what's going to happen with that. I think that that's the most likely thing that they're going to release next, just because it has a lot of free promotion with it already, with all of us making videos about it, talking about it. We already know what that album is. I feel like it just has a lot of free promotion that way, so they would have to market it less if they did drop Outsiders next. But we don't know for sure. And yeah, The Party Never Ends was just a theory album that we thought could have all hype songs or stuff like Bad Boy on it. So we don't know what the next album is going to be. It could be something completely different. We really don't know. Hopefully we find out some news soon though, because as soon as we do, obviously I'm going to make videos breaking all that down and updating you guys on all the new information. But thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to do a video on this to clear this whole thing up, because I just see a lot of miscommunication between this album. So hopefully I was able to clear this up for some of you guys. But if you are new here, just make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, know that I got you. And it ain't about all them other things and a diamond ring that I bought you. You know I got you. Every time you fall to pieces, I fall through. Picking up all the remains till you walk cool. At the end of every day, you don't have to think. You know that I got you. Don't want you to hurt no more. So I can't.
Thank you guys for 800 followers on Instagram. Make sure to check that out. It's Complex Productions 999. Check out my Twitter, Complex Discuss, and check out my SoundCloud. And if you guys want to be in the next Song of the Day promotion, just make sure to DM me on any of my social medias or hit me up, and I'll do my best to get you into the Song of the Day promotion if I enjoy your song. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.